if we create a new structure, I'm gonna do this shortly and then we can just chat and hang out. Yes. What I would like to do is, you know, you have an image, different ways where you can have an image like this. We have, there it is, we have an image, and let's see, do we have any, I'm just gonna put a random picture, whatever that is, this one here. So as it is, does it have any hovering effect? The hover effect, yeah. Transition duration, hover and yeah, well, it's pretty easy. We have an image, and if you hover here, you go to style. All those effects are usually, it's, you know, on the style column. So well, here you can edit the width and the height. Don't mess with the height unless you want something stretched. If you want, just play with the width, max width, that, yeah, put it on 100 or put it on 50, whatever. And then we have here, this is the normal state, where that is what happens when there is no mouse hovering over it. So yeah, also if you delete those things here, if you put nothing, the image will be on its kind of default, or like the ratio at least is default. What is the image? The image here, it takes that 1024 times 1024. It doesn't become a square though, because we haven't messed with the height. So I guess the width is what overrides. It keeps the ratio of the picture. Yeah. So let's do something very basic. And here on the other side, let's just put a heading and some text. It's, you know, it can be whatever. So, and you want a hover effect on the image. So you go to the picture, you go to style, and then you go to hover, the hover settings. You can mess with the opacity, I guess, but we don't want to mess with the, yeah, well, if you lower the opacity, it can become a bit transparent while you hover, well, depending what kind of effect you want to achieve. Also, am I a bit too dark? I had problems with my ring light, maybe. Yeah, there. So yeah, here you can mess with the opacity of the image. So 1 means full opacity. Here 0 is 0 opacity, or like 0.1 is slightly, you see, slightly. If you want for some reason to have opacity or like to make it transparent. I don't want to have it transparent. The transition duration, if you have any CSS filter here, it's blur, blurriness, brightness. I usually don't use those things. What is the correct? Hi, George. String, yeah. Pulse, like and then we have pulse grow. Okay, and then we have pulse shrink, but shrinking, and then we have push. Okay, push. Okay, yeah. And then we have pop, it's popping, pop. See, ding, pop, pop. Bounce in, and then a bounce out. Different effects, okay. And then we have float. What does a float mean? Aha, it's floating. Sink. Okay, it's kind of sinking, going a bit down. Bob. What does Bob do? Like kind of up and down. Hang. They're similar but different. Skew. Okay, it's a bit on the side. Okay. Skew forward. Skew backwards. Wobble vertical. Wobble. Well, okay. Effect. You know, zoom in. and something's happening. So if you put an image element, it works. But what happens if you put it? I don't usually use, is that correct? I usually use images as a background on the column. Let's say if I want to have a split section with two sections, like an image and some text on the side, I put the image as a background on the here on the background type, and I select an image. Let's select another image. We have so many. What don't we have? I really don't like this Elementor bug though, that's creating empty images. But okay, let's take this one. No, I will take this. That is more like a. So here we have different settings. So let's do the center. Excuse me, and put the cover. Here is where I'm going to put the spacer. I'm going to put the spacer, and here we're going to make it big. There we have it. Just put it. Let's make a round number, 450. Yeah. If I want to have the same effect on this one, I'm not sure if I knew how. I was a bit struggling because we have here the style, and we have scrolling effects. Yeah, we have different effects here. So we have mouse effects. Mouse track. Well, there is a mouse track, which is kind of cool as well. And what I like is it stays in the back. So here the image, if you grow it, it goes outside the frame, of the column, of course, because it is inside kind of here. But if you put it as a background here, the image stays behind the other column next to it. So if I'm going to put here a text, a heading, title, and a text editor, it doesn't go over it as it did here, where I had to put some paddings. Yes, the spacer is George's favorite Elementor module, and yeah, I mean, I like it now. It's better to use that than just messing around with paddings and whatever. So yeah, I wasn't really sure how to do the hover effect to grow when I use this image as a background on this one. Yeah, we have that, and then we have scrolling effects. No, but I don't want scrolling effects. But here we have, it's kind of an alternative to a parallax effect as well. It's moving, because you cannot have parallax on Elementor. And by parallax, I mean, yeah, it was that. It was a thing. Thank you, George. Always use hello. Yes. So you see, this is what is happening. The parallax. That is the parallax that I was trying. Hover. Yes. Transition duration like this. We have scrolling effects. Oh yeah, we have that exactly. The desktop. I'm gonna do that. We have vertical scroll, transparency, blur. Let's do the transparency, not the transparency, sorry. I want the blur. I want to make it blur. Fading, but probably it's not. It's working. Is it working? Scrolling. It's a scrolling. Once you scroll down. No, you're here, and if it appears, you see the astronaut is a bit blurred, but the more you scroll, the more it clears up. So yeah, those are some hover effects that you can do with Elementor if you want to give some motion to your graphics. And yeah, Imran had a very nice tutorial. It was so easy. Let's do that. Let's pay some tribute to Imran. He was using, okay, I'm gonna put the same. I'm gonna, let's say, a section with 2 columns, right? So he used the click to action widget, called the call to action. Yes, this one, because you see when you hover, the image is zooming in, and it doesn't expand outside the frame or the borders of the column, which is nice. I don't know if there's another way to do it, but Imran showed this tutorial, so just go on him, right? I put the link, it is on the chat. Web Squadron, yes. Thank you, Imran, thank you. So what he did, let's put an image here, what we did. Let's put the astronaut here, right? I'm gonna put the astronaut. So, but what he did, if you want to just keep the image, just deleted everything and everything else and they disappeared. So you just do that and the content, the button, click here, everything is gone. And then you just have the image and it's great. And you put a link if you want. This is a link, button text, apply link on whole box, exactly. Now you have a link. It was as easy as that on the whole box. It was right in front of my eyes and I didn't see it. I hope to see you all again in the future on the interwebs. Okay, take care everyone. Thank you so much and see you soon. Bye bye. Good night. Good night everyone.